Cool.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Achievements. As always, I'm Ray, and joining me is uh, my sweet baby prince, Gary.
Stumbled there for a second, huh?
I may cut this part, and you can tell me if we should. I was going to call you my favorite enemy from within, but I don't know if we want to get there yet.
I think we should keep
Okay. My
it.
favorite
Part of the
enemy from
charm.
within. Yep. Oh, wow. Discord's actually, I've got the OBS going, and it's actually picking you up as in Discord, which is cool.
Hey.
That's good, because then we can have
Let's
3
go.
channels eventually. Anyway,
Mhm.
we're gonna make this a quick one. Me and Gary are some busy boys. Not super quick, but we're gonna try and do better about our time management because we like to ramble. So Gary,
You don't say.
let's begin with what have you been playing? You can go first.
Absolutely nothing.
Awesome.
I've pretty much just been taking a week, this week to take a break from gaming. I played I think a grand total of 2 hours of Paper Mario on the Switch
Ooh, okay.
this week, but that's pretty much it. Nothing's really been grabbing my attention, and I'm kind of just honestly taking a break from kind of a mini break from gaming, but probably a longer break from achievements and trophies. Kind of just trying to reset a little bit.
Mm-hmm. How's it? Is that gonna? Well, you gotta. Oh, I know it's today, right? The new Survivor Challenge. Did they
Yeah,
post
I
it?
don't know how that. He has. I think he posted in about 20 minutes. I think
Oh,
it's
okay.
6 p.m. my time. So,
Dude, we're gonna get a live update.
yep, live update, baby.
Nice.
But we'll see. I might. I don't know. Part of me was tempted just to hit calling up and just drop out because I feel like it's more my mental health is more important than getting a little
It's
FOMO. But
yeah.
we'll
It's.
see. I don't know.
I mean, it's a really fun idea. I just think
Hmm.
it's for me it was tough because one, we were coming up on like the fall, so there were a lot of cool games I wanted to play, but a lot of them were
Hmm.
on Xbox, and I I floated this idea to him. I think about an earlier thing that we did where like as long as the Xbox game has a PlayStation equivalent, if we could just like if I could play the Xbox game and then just count my points like as the PlayStation side, but
Mm,
they didn't go for it unfortunately. But there's
gotcha.
too many games
Maybe
to.
maybe because you technically might get a little bit of an advantage with Game Pass because there might be games on there that you wouldn't have to buy that would that's the only
True,
thing I can think of.
true, but then a PS Plus person could have an advantage over me because I would just have the essential. But
True. Yep.
I
Go either
get it.
way.
It's a little more convoluted to tally points that way. But
Hmm.
as for your boy, trophies, I don't think I've played any. Yeah, I haven't really touched. Did I? I might have played a
Uh,
little bit of. Oh, you know what? No, I do have a couple PlayStations. 115 platinum, still 767 gold, 1018 silver, 2380 bronze. I was testing it out because they did an update for Hogwarts, or not Hogwarts, Harry Potter Quidditch. I was able to grab, let me see, I was able to grab like one, uh, most recently earned, yeah. I think
Still
one
doing Quidditch, huh?
trophy. Yeah, I'm like in and out of it. It's very fun. The PS4 version is
Hmm.
definitely inferior, but
Hmm.
I'm just trying to see if they're fixing everything. They fixed one of the trophies, so I got to play 5 PvP matches. I just had to complete one. The other stuff is still kind of messed up. So there's a couple, uh, quote unquote, skill based, which I'm not even gonna bother going for until they fix everything else. Like,
Hmm.
and the problem is it's like end game progression stuff. So
Oh yeah.
I could delete my WB profile from the game, but then I'd have to redo a bunch of things, like get to a certain level in career and everything. So
Gotcha.
they're apparently still working on fixes for that. And
Okay.
then
Okay.
I tapped into a little bit of Astrobot.
Nice.
Yep,
Nice.
yep. A lot of fun. I did a couple levels, beat the monkey boss, did the Ape Escape level. That was a blast. I love Ape Escape.
Yeah.
And I started doing the gotcha game. That's pretty fun. So,
Yeah. The gotcha game's fun. It's addicting.
that burned through all my coins.
Hmm.
But then on the Xbox side of things, um, I might have gotten like one more Vampire Survivor achievement. I'm slowly chipping away at Battlefield 4. The challenges are just a pain in the butt. I'm trying to finagle a group together. And then I had
Mhm.
3 games come out since we last spoke, everyone. It was a busy week. So Alan Wake 2, I think, was already out, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
because I think
Yeah.
last week I used footage for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I progressed a lot more in Alan Wake 2. It is, um, I'm a huge fan of the first game. Like, I love it. I played it like 4 or 5 times.
Hmm.
This plays very differently than the first game. It's
Gotcha.
much more
Okay.
a survival horror, like puzzles and everything type of game. So
Yeah.
there's some moments that are very frustrating for me in this, and the combat's a lot harder. I get,
Yeah. I actually like. This might be a hot take, but I actually liked the second one more than the first one.
I could see that. I could see that.
Like the gameplay, one, it scared me a lot more because it's
Hmm.
much more like psychological horror. It's almost more like it's almost to me, it's almost like the second one is like what Silent Hill as is to like the first one is to like Resident Evil, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. I could see
'Cause
that.
the first one, yeah, because the second one's kind of almost more slow and methodical,
Very
and
much
it
so.
like kind of creeps inside your psyche. And the first one just like run and gun, kind of
Hmm.
more like a Resident Evil game, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, for me, I'm personally not that scared by really any of it because I'm just
Hmm.
super invested in just the. It's a problem I have with a lot of like Saw 2, like not that Saw is necessarily scary, but like if I get really invested in like the lore and just the story itself, the scary
Hmm.
stuff doesn't generally bother me.
I
But I can see Alan
I'm
Wake getting a little
maybe
scary.
I'm just a wuss, but
Yeah,
I don't know how far you are, but
you're a little
just a little.
vagina.
I'm just a little baby wearing diapers.
So
But the second one freaked me out quite a bit.
I
Like
am.
both both sections, but
I think I just completed the first Alan Wake section, so
mhm.
now
I found his
playing. I'm playing a saga, and I'm going to the second town. I think.
okay.
What's really
Yeah,
weird
I
though is I wasn't expecting this because I have the deluxe edition, so I have all the DLC. They just
mhm.
bake the DLC into the campaign.
Oh, cool. I like that.
Like I literally I did one of the first DLC missions. I was very confused. There's just a TV and you go in. It's like a Night Springs episode where you play as Rose, and she's going
Mhm,
around like trying to save Alan Wake from Mr. Scratch. And I
mhm.
was like, this is a very weird just like piece to just kind of throw in here that's missable. It's one of the DLC missions. I had no idea. So that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
I like when games do that when they integrate the DLC in
Hmm.
after the fact. Like it's such a cool nice little touch, you know?
Let me tell you, and I'm debating on what footage to use. Either Alan Wake 2 again or the next game I'm gonna bring up. Dude, if you watch the last episode, like the video, it was a nightmare putting all those achievement logos on top of Agent Nightingale's dead body's wiener. Like, like why is there so much wiener? Oh my
Uh,
god, so much wiener. I get why he was so mad. He's not well endowed.
I mean, it shrinks with age, right? That's what they say.
Allegedly, he's also a bigger dude.
It probably just kind of sinks in.
Hmm. So let me think. What else came out? Life is Strange Double Exposure. I have
Oh, I want to play that.
I have a problem with that game.
Mm.
But I haven't started it yet. The cool thing is, and it kind of makes up for it, is I went to GameStop to pick it up, and the girl, shout out to Courtney, you're really cool with your Naruto jacket and everything. She's always like, she's like, oh hey, like hey, how you doing? I'm like good, and I would come in with Sam sometimes, and she's like, she recognizes us, and she
Is
would
it
be like,
GameStop?
yeah, GameStop. It's nice. It's nice when you go, I guess, enough, and then they kind of recognize you.
Mm-hmm.
But she's very helpful. I go up and I get my game, and she's like, "Oh, here's your steelbook." And I'm like, "I didn't realize it came with a steelbook."
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a nice steelbook too.
I
So
love Steelbook.
that almost makes up for my problem with this game already
What
at launch,
what is your
Gary.
problem? The suspense is killing me.
There's a $20 DLC
Oh, that's gross.
with only 60 gamer score, and
I
it's
hate when
it's not
games
even like
have launch
substantial.
DLC.
It's like I guess a cat is in the game, and you get to pet the cat.
What?
It's like, why would you
Not
do
not
that?
only not only do I haunt, not only do I hate launch DLC, but it's even worse when they attach like achievements and trophies to it.
Yeah,
That's pretty low.
it's part of if you get the ultimate edition or like the digital deluxe, maybe it's in one of those. But if you
Hmm.
don't, it's $20 American.
That's steep.
So that immediately put me off from like maybe already that put it to the bottom of my like priority pile. Like I'll get to it
Yeah.
out of the 3 games that I got, and
Hmm.
because I have Alan Wake 2, and I've been like frustrated at moments with Alan Wake. Like I was stuck in. Did you play a lot of it?
A lot of what?
Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, I platinumed it.
Oh, you. Oh, wow. Oh, this guy. Oh, well, I guess it came out a year ago. So.
But I mean, I remember when we were kind of playing Alan Wake at the same time together. Well,
Oh,
not
that's right. That's
together,
right.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We were both talking about it. I pretty much did Alan Wake 2 like right after.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
stuck. I don't know if it was just like I didn't put two and two together, or like my playing's been broken up in a weird way. I
Hmm.
was stuck for so long at the derailed train where you have to
Hmm.
flip. You have to with the Alan Wake section. You have to like reapply a story beat.
Oh yeah, I kind of got stuck in that part too. Some of his parts are kind of confusing.
Yes, his parts are pretty confusing.
It made
And
me feel stupid.
dude, you'll see it in any footage that I have of the game. Like I'm just going back and forth switching the the prompts or whatever. It was a nightmare. And it turned out like I was trying to find a guide, right? It turned out I just missed one of the echoes that gives you one of the things. So I had to go back
Hmm.
to like the previous area to pick it up. It was I felt so
Dude,
dumb, but
I'm so
it helped me figure out a couple things, which is good. And then
yeah.
now I understand the map. Like I was missing all these words of power. So I
Mhm.
just did like that was mostly what I focused on like the other night was collecting all the words of power.
You know what? Two things you just like you like rekindled like two memories that irritated me about um Alan Wake sections when I was playing it. One,
Hmm.
they don't even like explain the words of power to you. Like
Okay,
I feel like
I didn't know if
either
I
at
was just
all,
stupid or missed it.
yeah, and I didn't either they do it later, I can't remember, or they don't do it at all and they just expect you to just figure it out. But I didn't know about them at all, so I missed a bunch like in the first like third of the game.
Hmm.
And then my buddy was telling me about it because he had recently platinumed it. He's like, "Oh, don't forget about these," and I was like, "Dude, I could have made the game easier for myself, but actually like using the game mechanics." And then not only that, I didn't know that there there isn't a trophy slash achievement for getting all of the words of power. I think there's only one for like getting a few of them or something. And I was like stressing because there's like one that glitched out on me. I couldn't get
Hmm.
it no matter what angle I was looking at it from. And I ended up finally just looking at the trophy list and I'm like, there's not even a trophy for this. I don't even care anymore.
No,
Like
I
I
think
just
it's like
gave up on that word of power.
you just have to max out one of the categories, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I know you have to upgrade a gun once because those are the ones that
Yeah.
I've been missing. So I'm gonna go back with Saga. I think you can backtrack, which is good. But
Yeah. Alan Wake section stressed me out just because it's so like the atmosphere is so heavy. Like and you don't really know since you're kinda in a different space. I'll just word it that way without spoiling anything. Um, it's you don't really ever know what's gonna happen. Like it's just you know what I mean?
mhm.
It kind of freaked me out. Stuff like that, like kind of gets under my skin.
Oh yeah, definitely. So,
Hmm.
but I have been more and more drawn back to the Alan Wake. I was a little frustrated for a little bit, and I was like, man, this is so upsetting for how much I love the series.
Hmm.
But the third game I've been playing is a little game called Shadows of the Damned Hella Remastered.
Ooh, is that any good?
Listen, Gary, you have to preface it. It's a game from the 360, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, so you have to go
My
in knowing that
expectations are in check.
it's not, it's not, it's a very kind of on the rails. Honestly, plays like Resident Evil 4 a little bit.
Mm. Is
So,
it Did you play the OG?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the original.
Mm.
So I've been playing a little bit of that. Got a few achievements in there. I'm gonna hop back in right after we're done recording too. I've been so excited to get back to this game. It's
Nice.
one of my favorite 360 games. The humor is very. There's a lot of innuendo, very juvenile. Um,
So right up our alley.
oh, dude, it is nonstop dick jokes. Who's texting me? Nobody. Okay. Just nonstop dick jokes. Uh, this will transition right into our first news story that I'll cover, but um, because they're trying to class the joint up a little bit, I guess they've renamed or rewritten some of the descriptions for the achievements because you are playing as this demon hunter, Garcia Hotspur, and basically your cutie patootie girlfriend gets dragged into hell, and um you and your demon pal, he's like your demon sidekick, who is also when you're not aiming down sights, he's like a torch. He's a cute, cool little
Mhm.
skull guy. When you aim down sights, he turns into a gun. And there's a variety of guns you can get. Like I think there's an SMG. There might be an assault rifle. There's a shotgun. Eventually, you get like a sniper. I think a fire gun. But his name is Johnson. So that's immediately
Yep.
and very fun game. There are, I think there's one collectible trophy that you can or trophy and achievement, but you can glitch it where you have to collect all 80 red gems and you use those for your upgrades. There's a way to
Okay.
glitch it, but um, 2 playthroughs. They added a new game plus for this version. Very very fun game. I think I might actually make that the gameplay of this video.
Did
And
they add an achievement or trophy for New Game Plus, or is it the same list as before?
so it is. As far as I can tell, it's the same list.
Okay.
There's no trophy or whatever. You do have to do, I believe. I think you could do one playthrough on the hardest difficulty, and I don't remember being that hard. But I
Mhm.
believe I'm gonna find out. I'm not sure, but you might be able to just do. Actually, I'll look it up right now. I'm curious if you can do New Game Plus with all your upgrades uh, on the hardest difficulty. So let me check that real quick. But I definitely recommend the game. It's a lot of fun, and the big selling point, Gary. How much do you think this remastered costs?
I'm gonna say like $30.
Lower.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
20?
25.
I was thinking 25, but that's such a random number.
Yeah,
It's actually not bad at all.
It's weird because they also, I mean, they redid. I think it's like a real remaster, the Lollipop Chainsaw, and I think that might be 40.
Hmm.
The Lollipop edition, whatever it is. The Suda 51 games are fantastic. I love them. I want
Yeah,
to.
they're
I
so weird and out there.
Oh
That's
yeah,
like part of the charm.
Lollipop Chainsaw was a lot of fun. I think it was like co-written by James Gunn.
Mhm.
And did you play Lollipop Chainsaw?
No, I wanted to, but I never got around to it.
Do you know who plays the severed head of her boyfriend?
No.
Michael Rosenbaum, aka Lex Luthor from Smallville.
That's awesome.
Where is? Let me see. Get the red gems. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing as far as like the new game plus that you have to do
Mhm.
achievement trophy wise. But I'm trying to find the.
Did they improve a lot in the remaster, or is it kind of just
I
like
think
an
it's.
up-res
It
kind of thing?
seems like it's more of an upres. It
Okay.
runs well. You get some cool costumes in there that I don't think were in the first game,
Hmm.
and the new game plus was a big thing. Trying to see, where's the difficulty one? Where Legion Hunter? Why can't I find this? I wish these lists were a little better. 5. Defeat these guys. Yeah, but like the first, like the demon lord that you're fighting. Um. Oh, Legion Hunter. Here we go. The demon lord that like captured your girlfriend. He like picks on you right away. He's like, oh, don't worry. Garcia, that it's okay that you're not so well endowed or whatever. Like he like just ragging on him.
Hmm.
Um. Oh, okay. Completely. So the hardest difficulty is called Legion Hunter. Um. Oh, okay. 3 runs don't stack, so you have to do 3 runs of the game anyway. So there's easy, medium, and hard mode. Um. Unlocked by default. You can change costumes in the third menu. Only notice the costumes near the end of the main run. So I don't know if you can do New Game Plus, but one of the new costumes gives you double damage. So,
Hmm.
and then one of the levels you can do an infinite red gem glitch. So,
I mean, double damage is a huge advantage right there.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So unfortunately, 3 playthroughs, but I have been going through the game blind. I mean, technically, I go through every game blind, but yeah,
Is it
I've
is it because
been
you're blind?
yeah,
You haven't told me.
pretty much. Yeah, 25 bucks, definitely worth it. Not a hard completion, but pretty fun if you're into that kind of humor. And we'll lead that right into the first news story, which pertains to Shadows of the Damned. This is on True Achievements, written by Tom West, and it is, excuse me, Shadows of the Damned Hello Remastered Xbox achievements. I'm assuming also the PlayStation trophies. Drop with description tweaks. I haven't noticed anything too crazy, but they changed them up because, like I said, a lot of sexual innuendo in this game. Um, for example, I think most of your guns are in some way, if not referred to directly as a type of boner. So you have like
Have they censored anything? Because I feel like that's like
the only
they like to
sense
censor remasters these days.
the only censoring that I've seen is the trophy descriptions or the achievement
Okay.
descriptions. Yeah, that's the only thing I've really seen so far that I can think of. Because there's been, if they were going to, there were already things that they very easily could have just censored. But
Hmm.
I believe it's still an M-rated game. So there was nothing too crazy in it. I think it's just like the more forward-facing stuff they wanted to adjust,
Yeah.
which I get. There was a game that I think I have the achievement somewhere. They literally say fuck in the achievement, I'm pretty sure. I forget what game it is. I'd really have to look. I'm sure I could find it. But um so they changed like a bunch of descriptions, and I was confused because one of the achievements is for, here it is. It's called That's So Hot. Defeat 20 enemies with the handgun. And the handgun is what you would think is your first game or your first,
Your starting weapon.
yeah, your starting weapon, right? Um, and I didn't get it. I'm like on the third. I think I'm close to the end of the second chapter, and I'm like, there's no way I haven't gotten 20 kills with this thing. It was like not bothering me, but I'm like, I don't see anything saying this is glitch. No one else is reporting this, and I was like, okay, let me go back to the original list. They relabeled it as the handgun, but it's actually the fire gun, which is called the hot boner. So they changed it. They changed the name to the handgun. So that looks like that might be there might be another one called A Hole in Your Head, which perform 5 headshots in a row with your biggest gun, which I think that one is referred to in the first game as the Big Boner. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So um oh yeah, it looks like perform 5 headshots in a row with any weapon except for the big one, which I know in the first game is called the Big Boner. So yeah, just I mean just a few changes here and there as far as the achievement trophy descriptions, but nothing real censorship wise, I would say. So
Okay.
highly recommend Shouts the Damned Hello Remaster, especially if you played the first one. 25 bucks cannot be beat. I mean, I guess it was if it was free, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up
mm-hmm.
at some point.
And then We'll go on to our next news story. Just a real quick update. This is also on True Achievements. Sean Carey, Alan Wake 2 update fixes weird Lake House Xbox achievement. We discussed it last week. Just wanted to give you an update. Apparently they fixed the buggy achievement where you had to do like a weird workaround. So good to know.
Nice.
These next two are kind of tied together. Another cool news story. Minecraft's free PS5 upgrade brings 68% more players. The reason I'm really bringing this one up is just because, one, that's a cool increase, but the PS5 edition also adds another platinum trophy. So the Minecraft games are
What if they
long.
auto pop?
They might. Yeah, it looks like they might auto pop. Which
Is it already super common?
I don't know. Don't quite know. Let's see.
Hmm.
Minecraft trophies. I mean, I'm on. It has like double the. Is there DLC technically in this one? Or did they lump them all together? Oh no, they kept them separated. At least on True Trophies, it has like a I guess it's the platinum, so it's at like a 3 times basically a 3.0 trophy rating, or no, is that 4.92? Is that what they're calling it? I don't know how this shit works on the site, but the true trophy points is 29, 26. It looks like I guess they equate it somehow as 1350. So looks like it's about maybe like 3 times rarity. So Minecraft's fun. I enjoy it. There's and there's also a if it doesn't auto pop for you, you can easily find like a achievement or trophy world that some people have created where you just go like station to station like a carnival, and you just pop the achievements and trophies.
Nice.
Yep. I love Minecraft. I can't wait to get Sammy into it. But also Minecraft has gotten way more complicated since when I started playing it.
I know. I kind of dipped my toe in with a buddy of mine like years ago, but I'm not super into like crafting, survival, any of those kind of games just because I don't feel like they have a set objective and my brain doesn't really do intrinsic rewards or intrinsic, what is it called? Intrinsic motivation? Is it intrinsic?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
But
mean, the achievements are
yeah.
so like after a certain point so kind of obtuse or difficult to really set up. But
Mm-hmm.
I love the exploration of it.
Mm-hmm.
Quite the pregnant pause there. But yeah,
Pregnant
so
pause.
Minecraft's fun. Usually I think you can get some of the trophies and achievements done on like whatever the newest tutorial world is. There's usually an easy way to kind of set that stuff up. But yeah, if you're really gunning for it and you want it quick, just look for an achievement world. I think there's plenty of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Second to last news story before we get into our main topic. This one comes from the PlayStation blog. I know a site other than True Achievements or True Trophies. Crazy, right? This comes from Adam Mitchell. The PlayStation Plus monthly games for November. This is for your Essential, Extra, and whatever the highest tier is. What is it? Premium? Yeah. I only have Essential. So everyone gets these games in perpetuity as long as you have access to your account. Sammy's going to be excited because we're getting Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged. Nice, fun Hot Wheels racing game. We're also getting... So you're getting 2 versions of that. You're getting a PS5, PS4 version. You're getting the PS5 version of Ghostwire Tokyo, which some people seem upset about for some reason. I kind of get it, but at the same time, like... I guess it was available in the higher tiers and then they took it away, and now you're getting it as a free game.
People are always going to complain about them.
Yeah. And I'm excited to get that one like permanently in my collection. Even though I guess technically it's already permanently in my Xbox collection because it's on Game Pass and it's a
Mhm.
first party game. But man, Sony just loves giving Xbox their money. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I don't even know if I'm gonna re-up my subscription to PlayStation Plus Premium runs out in like 3.5 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even know if I'm gonna re-up Essential for right now. I might just stick to single player and not really worry about stuff for a
I've
bit.
I mean, I've thought of that too. Um,
Hmm.
who's texting? No, he's texting. Um, yeah. As far as I mean, the essential I like just because of the free games that are on there. But once I eventually work my way through the catalog that I have, um, who knows? I mean, the main reason I like having it is like God forbid something happens to my PlayStation, the cloud saves are there because you need to pay for the cloud saves,
Hmm.
which kind of sucks, but I get. And then
Yeah, that's one thing. That's the only thing I'd be worried about. But
just
I mean, every
the random times that we do multiplayer or like the extra
mhm.
savings in the sales. Plus these free games are nice. I mean they pay for itself, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I might just wait and
Premiums premiums been a tough ask since day one. I never upgraded to it.
they had a pretty decent sale for like re-upping. That was the reason I even did it.
Yeah, but wasn't it like you had to be a lapsed member or something like that or a new member?
I think if you let I think I let mine lapse, and
Mm.
they basically gave me like a bonus uh sale or something for coming back. Because
Yeah,
technically,
I wish
yeah.
they would like, the people that actually pay for it. I wish they'd be like, "Hey, here's a sale. They keep coming back."
Did you hear about the guy who bought? He posted it on Reddit, and then IGN like made an article out of it. This guy bought. He basically bought like 20 years of PlayStation Plus because he was worried about the price going up eventually.
Yeah. I didn't see that. That's crazy. I know it's it's
I'm
funny.
like,
I mean, I
okay.
get it, but
Dude, you don't even know if that's gonna be a thing in 20 years.
yeah, I mean, not that I think they're in danger of this. Like, they could go away in 5 years. Like,
Yeah,
them or Xbox, I don't see is going away. Like, the physical games will, but they'll still be doing software for forever, I think. Because that's just what they do. They'll make software for,
yeah,
like, if the Xbox itself goes away, they'll be making software for the PlayStation, whatever the new
yeah.
systems are, the Switch, PC for sure.
Mhm.
But that's hysterical. I mean, yeah, Sony could Xbox I see like harder because it's so much bigger, or Microsoft I guess. But like, if Sony could have like a few like terrible years and just be like, all right, we're done with gaming. Like,
Mhm.
I don't see that happening, but that's always a possibility. Like, there could just be a catastrophic chain of events for them.
True.
Um, but yeah, that's smart. It kind of reminds me of when Game Pass was first starting. I wish I'd have done it because I would have saved a little bit more. But if I
Oh,
already
the
had,
dollar deal.
yeah, if you especially at the start where it was the dollar to upgrade and you could stack up like 3 years, and I think I already had like a year and a half or something, and
Damn, yeah, I wish I would have done that too.
it was like whatever you have now, just give them $1 instead of whatever it was monthly. I think it was like maybe $10.
Mhm.
It's like give them $1 and then you're just upgraded to ultimate. So
Yeah, that was hell of a deal. And then they're
yep.
like, "Ah, people are taking advantage of this." So,
Yeah, I mean they cut that off pretty quickly, I think, as far as like the initial. Well, no, I guess they kept it going for a while, right? Mine was just done.
yeah, yeah, it was they did keep it going for quite a while.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not that strapped for cash where I don't really. I kind of like that my streak kept going and it's still going. I love Game Pass. I'm excited for Indiana Jones at the end of the year. It's been getting good reviews, but I've never really, even with like churning like um subscription services like Netflix and everything. I don't have Netflix now, but like trying to finagle it to get like the best deal where I feel like it's just more work than it's actually worth for me to try and like beat the system.
Mhm.
Because I'm just like, I'll just keep my subscription going instead of like canceling it, then redoing it, but doing it up to a certain point, but then only doing it for $1. Like, I don't have it in me to worry about that.
I'm cheap as hell. Whenever I only buy like
You
1 month
also
of
don't
Game
have a
Pass at a
kid.
time.
I don't have the mental facility to do this anymore.
Yeah, but I uh I only do like 1 month at a time because I don't really
Mm.
play Game Pass consistently. So I'll literally just jump on eBay and buy a code for like half the price.
Well, yeah, Game Pass. I'm doing monthly, and I've debated on jumping down to like the core or whatever, Game Pass core.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow at the current price, honestly.
Yeah, I mean the games are there, which are nice, but
Yeah,
it's just the fact that I now have 3 games that aren't Game Pass games that I plan on playing. I don't plan on really doing Game Pass games
yeah,
for a little bit, at least till December when Indiana Jones comes out. I'm
hmm,
very excited for that game.
true that.
Um, but back to the monthly games. The last one is a PS4 and PS5 copy of. Let me get the actual title. Uh, Death Note Killer Within. And when they said we were getting a Death Note game, I wasn't sure what it was going to be. I was a little excited for it. And then I saw what it was. And I'm like, ooh, don't know if I really want a social deduction Among Us type game based on an anime that I'm not super familiar with, per se.
It's kind of random. Did they release like another version of the anime, or it's just kind of random to release a Death Note game at this point when the anime came out so long ago?
Yeah, I don't think they did. My only real exposure to watching anything Death Note was watching the Netflix movie.
Hmm.
And
Which I heard was mid.
as outside of like Willem Dafoe's performance as the demon guy, I don't know what his name is. I'm just gonna call him Death Note. Um,
Mhm.
that was pretty good and it looked good, but other than that, it was kind
Mhm.
of okay. I mean, they really like the guy figured out who was doing the death. I think it's L. Is L the detective? Did you watch Death Note?
I watched it a long time ago. I want to say, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's the one who has the book.
L figured. Oh wait, L's the one with the book.
Oh no, no, let me just look it up. It's gonna
Because
bug
then
me.
there's Light Yagami, right? He's the other one.
Yeah, you're right. Let me see. So, uh, yeah, main character's Light Yagami or
Okay.
Yagami or whatever you pronounce it, and it's L is the
So
detective guy.
L's the detective. In the movie, he figures out for some reason who has the Death Note book. Just such a like a jump in logic because I guess he had to for the story. I'm like, this is
Hmm.
ridiculous. But
The anime is really good, or at least
that's what I've
the
heard.
first 2/3 of it, and
So
then it kind of goes downhill after a certain point. But
so you're getting this game. It's pretty cool. It's a social deduction game, and it looks like you're like chess pieces kind of going around a board, and you're doing like Among Us things. And my understanding is that if you look up like into the sky, you see the characters like anime style,
hmm,
like moving pieces around or like talking or whatever, which is kind of
yeah,
cool. But then I looked up, or I saw that they explained on True Trophies, written by Lee Brady or Brady probably. Uh, he specifically calls out the PS5 Platinum, but I would assume, but it's also the PS4. Um, uh, Death Note Killer Within's PS5 Platinum is a massive time sink. So here seems to be the problem. 32 trophies, nothing too crazy as far as like complete certain challenges and everything like that. Um, but you have to win. Let's see. I wouldn't be opposed to playing this at some point, but where was it? It specifically calls them out. The 2 gold trophies, Justice Will Prevail and Become the God of the New World, are going to, and I'm quoting the article here, going to be
hmm,
hard-earned slog for Death Note Killer Within trophy hunters. while the latter trophy demands that you win 20 games with Team Kira. The former trophy wants you to win a staggering 80 games with Team L. Very weird that they have that.
Team Kira? Who's that?
I have no idea. Kira looks like. Is Kira's Light's name? There's a character
My
named
dog's
Kira
name?
and a character named L. So my guess is that Kira is also Light. I'll look that up. Who is Kira in Death Note? Who's Kira?
Ugh.
Kira explain. Okay. Kira is the alias used by the protagonist, Light Yagami. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's kind of what I thought.
All right.
That's kind of what I thought. So, crazy. The problem, I guess, with it is there are only 2 players at any one time on Team Kira. Oh, so, like, one team is the... Okay, so basically when... one of the... Team Kira is... I'm guessing Team Kira is the spies. And then the other team is like the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they're called in Among Us. So, yeah, it's gonna be a grind for sure. I'm curious if there's gonna be a way to boost it. It does have platinums though, so that's good. It's a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess. And I mean, I'm gonna download it and keep it in my my library in case I want to play a social deduction game.
Yep.
And with that, we got about 19 minutes left because Gary has to make dinner for his girlfriend. Gross.
Hey, priorities,
I get it. Let's go over our main topic of the show, which I proposed would be our feelings on multiplayer and co-op achievements and trophies. I think I said versus, but I mean that's basically just what I meant. So, Gary, let's start with co-op trophies. How do you feel about co-op trophies?
I like them. I like them a lot, actually. That's probably some of the most fun trophies that I've had. I mean, most fun I've had with trophies because co-op's always a good time, even if a game sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Co-op's fun,
Absolutely.
Especially
every game's more fun with co-op.
For sure, especially if they like make the co-op trophies interesting. Like instead of just beat this level, like they throw in interesting things to do, like specifically in co-op, like do a double takedown on this, or you know what I mean? Just like weird miscellaneous trophies that are tied to co-op. I like that kind of stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a fan of co-op. I definitely lean, especially as I've gotten older, I definitely lean more towards co-op than multiplayer. I think co-op can be a lot of fun, and that kind of leads into multiplayer, where I feel like I'm not a big fan of multiplayer achievements trophies particularly. I know a lot of people get really irritated by them if they're in the game, but for the most part, I usually, unless they're really easy, the Titanfall, I think achievements, or Titanfall 2, were, I think it was just play 5 games. The Battlefield 4 achievements and trophies, which I'll get into in a bit, they're kind of like a gray area, because I usually, depending on the game, usually I'll do the single player component if there is one, and then I'll wait till either we have a solid group or the multiplayer is completely dead, and then we bring a group in and it's basically co-op there. But there's a lot of multiplayer ones that it really depends. Like if it's just leveling, or if it's kind of just fun challenges to do in a level, especially if you can do them in private matches too. I'm
Hmm.
fine with that. But if the things I hate are um like very kind of like super luck based kind of achievements or trophies. Like Halo 3, for example,
Oh, some of those are rough.
you had to get like a Killionaire, and you can't complete Halo 3 anymore. They took down the online. But in the last, not even the last few weeks, I think I did it before they announced they were shutting it down. I got in a lobby with in a lobby with some people, and we basically just all lined up and just let each person get like the Killionaire or whatever it was you needed,
Mm.
which I, which is awesome. I mean, if you do it legit, that's cool. But like, I'm not about to dedicate my life to try and get like a super luck based achievement.
Dude, some of those DLC trophies for Halo 3
Oh,
on
we're
the
tough.
multiplayer DLC trophies were rough.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like you had to like if you wanted to boost them, like you had to put together like groups. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and I mean, I do like it if you can get a really good dedicated group together. Like
Mhm.
we had one where it was BioShock 2. We did the leveling achievement, and it was such a grind because there
Mhm.
was the like
Oh, I remember that.
yeah
Yeah,
the turrets, like you go back and forth repairing the turrets,
mhm.
and it was
I
just
played the multiplayer legit when that came out. It was fun as hell.
it was fun. I enjoyed it. We played a couple matches. We did what we needed to do,
Mhm.
but it was and it devolved at some point. Like there was an odd number of people,
Mhm.
so we couldn't all get on there. So there was one person that was left out. So we would each like pick on one person would get left out for like that round. We would pick on like a certain person, and then we would just keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's fun. And then there's what kind of other. And I mean, I just don't have. If I didn't have Sammy, I would be much like I'd be able to coordinate these types of things better. But
Mhm.
it's so hard now. Like one of them that I really hate, and I'm not looking forward to trying to get it. I have one left in Division 2, but you need to do a raid, which the raids are hard. They take a while, and you have to beat it in a group of 8. Now, if you're lucky, you can just be carried by a group, which is my only shot. But it's ridiculous. Some of those.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories of those.
What are some and even I mean even co-op ones can be really tough. Like uh,
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how I ever got the Left 4 Dead's done. Like that baffles me.
Do you have 100% those?
Hell yeah.
Bro, the expert is so hard in those
Expert's
games.
very hard. That was a Young Ray's
Yeah,
game.
I know. I think I got like maybe 85% of the achievements in that.
Hmm.
And when it came to like the expert ones, I think I finished like one level in expert and then I tried a few other ones and I was just like, fuck this.
There there's one where you have to I think there's one where you have to finish it on an expert without being touched.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
There were some work. I remember. I think the airport was the easiest level to do it. I think it might have been the
Hmm.
first game, but it's you had to join in on the last section. Like there were always ways to finagle them, which I enjoyed. Like trying to break the game and like work a way around it. But like you join in on the last section, and then the rest of the team is protecting you to get you
Hmm.
onto the ship. I think it was like you either can't be touched by a zombie or you can't be touched by a special infected. Like one or the other.
I want to say it was special infected because not being touched by a zombie is like next to impossible on expert.
Hmm. And then I mean Left 4 Dead is its own thing, but I was so annoyed when they were releasing DLC, but they were releasing like the same DLC for both games.
Hmm.
It was boy howdy. But Left 4 Dead is fantastic. Now
Dude, love those games.
Back for Blood's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think I bought the Ultimate Edition for like $10. I think they put it on sale.
It kind of feels like we have Left 4 Dead at home.
Yeah, yeah, except harder.
Yeah, it is hard as hell. Wait, I couldn't even beat the story. Like I was playing with two of my buddies, and we
Hmm.
literally got to the last level, and it was just a shit show. Like
I
there's just so much going on, and then we tried and tried and tried, and we just couldn't beat it.
and I get what they were doing
Like
with the card system's cool, but at the
yeah,
same time, it can make it so upsettingly difficult if you get just the
yeah.
wrong
Not only
pull.
not only that, but it's just like really you expect me to just grind out these cards to get a decent build to actually be able to get through the game? Like come on,
Could
like
you buy the cards like was it like booster packs?
yeah, but you had to like grind out stuff to get them. I think like it was a pain in the ass, and I'm like, this is annoying. This is like some live service bullshit.
Mm-hmm. What's the This will tie into the achievements, but what's the is there a game that you've spent the most microtransaction wise?
Fortnite.
Is it Fortnite? I mean, Fortnite is probably mine too. But as far
Mhm.
as like the
If we're not
another,
talking about if we're not talking about like a free to play game with
mm,
microtransactions, I can't even really think of much like other than like actual DLC.
hmm
Like I'm trying
I
to think
did.
of any other games that.
I think well, Fortnite for sure. I have so many skins in that game, and I really wish you could like sell them back for like a fraction of the V bucks. I
Hmm.
think that would be
I know.
great. Um, Gears Pop. I definitely spent a lot of money in there. I thoroughly enjoyed Gears Pops, but the ranked multiplayer was ridiculous.
Such a weird concept for a game.
It was weird. It was fun, but I got smoked. Like I would get so close to getting to like max rank that you needed, and I would just get
Hmm.
smoked by a guy, and like my ranking would just plummet. And I was so annoyed when they. I thought it was cool how at one point they were just like, "Hey, if you," I got some money back too. They were like, "If you spend X like any money after this date, like we're gonna refund you because we're shutting down in a year or something like that," which was
I
nice.
legitimately can't even think of any games like other than Fortnite where I've spent a decent amount on microtransactions.
The only other one that I can think of, and I did it for achievements for co-op wise, Gears of War 4. They
Hmm.
have the booster packs for like horde mode,
Hmm.
and I was like, I don't. First of all, it was addicting to spend them. First of all, pretty good dopamine hit whenever you'd open one of those packs. But I would just buy a bunch of the horde booster packs because I'm like, I want to be able to contribute to the team as best I can, as early as I can, without having to put in too much time. I took a picture of it. I think I have like, let me see if I actually have that picture still or if I deleted it. I have a disgusting amount of time in that game. Um, when did I take that picture? I cannot find it or I deleted it. I want to say it said I had like 240 hours in that game.
Jeez.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Gears 4 at the time. But you'd buy these booster packs and you would get skills based on your class for horde, and after you get a certain amount of the cards, you could level up that card. I think was how it worked. You get to the next tier, and you have to max out a class. So at some point, I'll maybe try and work on it without buying it more. But it was addicting for sure. They knew what they were doing.
I had a hard time. Like I've beaten Gears of War 4 like the campaign a couple times with
Mm-hmm.
different people, but it just didn't feel the same to me. Like I don't like that you fight robots for like half of the game.
I From a
And
narrative perspective, I get it, but yeah, I agree. And it was tough because after Gears 3, it's like the locust is gone. If you go
yeah,
right back to it, it's like, okay, like, what are we doing here? I get they had to
yeah,
ease you into it, but I do agree.
between that and this the characters to me just aren't as like memorable and like enjoyable to like be around if that makes sense.
hmm I think JD they made him after Gears 5. I'm like, all right, I get his story better. Like, I like his character more. Like, it's more depth to it.
Mhm.
Kate is I like Kate. That's the thing. I don't love any of the characters per se. Like maybe JD just because he has that tie to the Phoenix name, and
Yeah.
his there's a like I said, there's a little more to it with like the disgraced soldier, like he made the tough call or he got kind of screwed or something like that. Plus, he's
Hmm.
got that weird arm where he's got to like heal his arm or something. I think in the book he got like really severely burned. One of the books, and that's why it's there. It kind of comes out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
Kate's cool. I feel like they're, and I like how she's kind of tied to everything, but I also don't like that they're trying to like explain everything too much.
Hmm.
I don't really like when properties do that. Like, I was fine with there's like monsters underground and they just popped up, but now it's like, oh,
Yeah.
they're the queen or whatever. Some of them used to be human and now they're not, or they got mutated for like a super soldier serum type of thing. And then like I'm like, okay, this is getting a little too crazy for me. But
Yeah.
um, let's see, where are we at? We got 5 minutes left. We'll do some rapid fire questions. I think I have one, two, or three, but we can get through them real quick. Um, fewer questions. Let's see. I think we answered all of these. No, that's not
There was
it.
two questions. I think there was two questions that we skipped over last time.
Yeah, I'm trying to find those. Where's they were achievement questions specifically.
Hmm.
Okay. From God of Spreadsheets, I believe his older name was Dubdy. Um, do you chase particular stats, and if so, chasing which stat encourages negative gameplay? Do you chase? So do you chase particular stats as far as like when you're hunting? Because I really don't outside of just getting the trophy, like the platinum or the 100%. I mean,
For a
I try to keep
while,
my
I
I
was
try to keep my percentage completion high, but that's just I want to finish the games that I start.
yeah. I would say for a while, I was chasing the actual number of platinums, and then once that basically got watered down by the current ecosystem of all the
Hmm.
bullshit easy plats. Now I focus on completion percentage because I feel like one, you're getting more out of your games. Two, I'm just kind of a OCD completionist, anyways, and three, I just really like seeing that percentage go up.
Hmm.
Um, and I guess the second part of that question, yeah,
Yeah.
it does kind of negatively impact the gameplay experience sometimes
Hmm.
because I don't always want to completely finish stuff, and I don't always.
Yeah.
But especially with DLC, there's a lot of times that DLC adds like new bullshit game mechanics or like it's way harder than the base game or it's just straight up not enjoyable. Um, but yeah, I would say I mean, I hover in like the mid 80s, so at least it gives me like um a little bit of play. Like for I don't understand how people would want to do like 100% profiles, like because you got to plan ahead, and that would be stressful as hell to me.
Hmm. That's kind of where I'm hovering to. Oddly enough, on both systems, I
Hmm.
am around the 80% mark.
Nice.
Um, but as far as another one that like negative stats, I think you pretty much covered it. I'm trying to think what else would be like a negative stat. I think just the completion percentage, chasing that if you're just not enjoying the game. But I can't
I
really
think
think of another.
chasing. I think it. Guess if we're talking about negative stats too, the kind of like what I was talking about before with the ecosystem, chasing platinum numbers too can really put you down a bad road.
Oh yeah.
Um, I I never really went for short easy ones now, but I would do Ratalakas
Some of them
and
are good.
similar. Some of them are good, some of them are not. But I was focused on numbers for a hot minute that would bust those out and I would stack them, and then I realized like this kind of defeats the whole purpose for
Hmm.
me, anyways. I know some people just like seeing a number go up, which is fine. You do you. But
Yeah.
I realized that for me, it's about the hunt, but it's also about like trying to enjoy what I'm playing.
Yeah.
So
The other question, there were two. I can't find who gave the one, but Darkwing, he asks what we would change about the achievement system. Honestly, at this point, all I would change is just I don't need them to do like a platinum trophy per se, but I just want them to have they had it on 360. Just have somewhere on my gamer tag like show me my completed game total. That's really all I would change at this point.
yeah.
Because I mean, the platinum you would think would be that, but it's not 100% accurate. I think I have like 1,700% that aren't platinums because they just don't have a platinum. But
Hmm.
and then there was I can't remember who asked it, so I do apologize, my loyal viewer. Someone asked, I don't know why I think it was Slugger, but someone asked what was our achievement score, or we can extend it to platinum when we decided to start actually hunting. And as far as the platinum, that I started hunting like from the start once I really started playing on my PlayStation because I was already achievement hunting. But as far as achievement hunting, I would have to say my score was probably around like 5,000 when I really started getting into like focusing on completing games and everything.
Hmm.
I don't
I
know
would
if you, I don't know if you
say
remember.
I don't even remember mine. Like, so I got a 360 maybe 6 months after it came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even really know about the achievement system until I started just popping them, and then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, but I wasn't like super OCD about completionist about stuff, especially with hard stuff, because back then stuff was a lot harder to complete. Um, like I don't know. I think I went through a phase because I couldn't really afford it. I was still like super young adult. I was like 19, 20,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't afford to just buy games willy nilly. So I was like, I would just GameFly games, and I would just shoot for like 700 gamer score in
Mm-hmm.
like every game I played. But I mean, I would say maybe I was like right now I have like 220 something thousand gamer score. When I really started getting into it, maybe like I don't know, 30K maybe, maybe
Yeah,
less. I don't know.
achievement hunting
I
was
can't
definitely
really.
harder to do back in the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Trophy wise, I don't know. Like it was kind of the same idea. Like since trophies they didn't start releasing trophies till like a couple years after Xbox did. Um,
Yeah,
they
and
had
I
to
mean a
they patched.
couple was it a year or two after PlayStation launched? So
Yeah,
there's just a bunch of
exactly.
games that just don't
Um,
have trophies.
yep. And and then they would patch them into certain games and like just like Xbox, like those early ones were rough. Like they were difficult. I remember there was a PlayStation Network game called Pain. That was like one of the first PS3 games I remember playing, where you basically the whole gimmick is you like have to launch your guy through this city and try to hit specific things and get a specific score. And holy crap, that trophy list was so hard. I think I got like 2 trophies out of like the 15, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Hmm.
But I think with on the PlayStation side, I think I popped like maybe 5 or 10 platinums before I started kind of getting into it. Um, I was I was more a 360 guy versus PlayStation 3. I own both, but I didn't really switch over until the PlayStation 4 came out, and I hated how Xbox One just redid everything. I didn't like how they did achievements. I didn't like the user interface of the Xbox One. Pretty much all
Wasn't
these
great,
things
yeah.
just added up. Yeah, all these things added up to me basically just I bought an Xbox One, but I didn't touch it. Bought a PlayStation 4, and I basically just switched to trophy hunting from there. So that was what back in 2014 or something,
Mm-hmm.
2013.
Yeah, around
But yeah,
there.
I dabbled before that, but I wasn't like it was mostly just like exclusive games.
All right. Uh, as we come to the end of this episode, Gary, I think we're going to do recommendations a little different. We'll just alternate recommending games to the audience and to each other.
Hmm.
Um, Audience, go play one of the hidden cats in a city game. Me and Gary still got hidden cats in Spooky Town to play, but go go play one of those. They're fun.
Do it. Do it. I'm gonna throw. Trying to figure what I wanna recommend.
You can recommend next week because I just recommended a game.
Oh, I thought you meant we were just gonna alternate that way. I didn't know you meant like we were just okay. Never mind.
We'll do one game a week.
I misunderstood.
And then maybe at some point this week either we'll play it side by side or we'll do like a recording of it. We'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm,
We it was a tough turnaround, but we kind of missed our mark with the Halloween. But
I know.
I'm sure they'll do a Hidden Cats in Christmas Town, so maybe we'll make it up for Christmas time.
Right.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. If you could, if you feel like it, go down, subscribe to the channel. The new channel is under construction currently. I'll be setting that up at some point soon or final. It's already kind of set up, but we gotta get there. With everything. Give the video a like, share it with a game-loving friend, and let us know down in the comments how you feel about multiplayer and co-op trophies/achievements. Gary, it's been fun. I will talk to you later, man. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for listening, everybody, and yeah, have a good day/night.
Bye. I'm gonna go take care of Sammy now.
Bye.